Are you feeling exhausted for no reason, emotionally charged or mentally stuck, as if something is sucking your energy but you don't even know where it comes from? The truth is that your vital energy is being wasted, and no one ever taught you how to protect, recharge, or use it to your advantage. In this video, you will learn practical and powerful techniques to control your energy from the first minutes of the day. And the best part, they are simple but transformative. If you're looking for more clarity, emotional balance, and to start creating the life you really want, watch until the end, because the key that can turn everything around is right there. There are people who go through life automatically, as if they were in a blurry dream, without ever realizing that there is a force vibrating behind everything. A living, creative, moldable force. It's not guru talk, it's pure, subtle reality. Authors like Franz Barden called this a magnetic fluid. Eliphas Levi said he was an invisible but real agent. And guess what? This energy is in you right now, in what you feel, what you think, what you want. Have you ever noticed how some places drain you while others seem to recharge you just by being there? Or how some people come in and it seems like the energy in the room changes? This is not an impression. It is the vital energy at play, playing mirror with your internal field. When you dive into spiritual secrets, you realize that this energy is malleable. And what's more, it responds to your intention like a river obeys gravity. That's where the esotericism and others' law of attraction are at the highest point of conscious practice. Imagine someone in love, full of enthusiasm. It seems like everything flows, doesn't it? Ideas emerge, the body vibrates, problems seem smaller. Why? Because vital energy is at a high frequency. Now think, what if you could activate this state without depending on anyone? This is exactly what the masters do. It's not distant mysticism. It's practice. A simple example, while taking a shower, close your eyes and imagine that the water is washing away all the invisible weight. You leave feeling lighter, cleaner inside and out. Another habit that transforms your day. When you wake up, place your hands on your chest, take a deep breath and visualize a golden light pulsing like an internal sun. It's like recharging your spiritual battery. If you want to go further, write a clear intention for that day. It might be something like, today, my energy will be my protection. It seems small, but it changes the game. Vital energy responds to clarity, and the more you interact with it, the more it responds. It's an exchange. It's not magic. It's presence. But this is just the surface. There is a deeper, more ancient layer where this force not only moves life, it and the life. And to dive there, we need to visit the ancient masters of Hermeticism. They understood thousands of years ago how body, soul, and spirit are connected by this invisible thread that so many today ignore. Curious, right? But the real turning point begins exactly at this point. The ancient Hermetic masters did not leave their words written in stone by chance. They knew that certain knowledge needed to be veiled, passed on only to those who were ready. Vital energy in this context is the bridge between the visible and the invisible. It connects the physical body to the spirit and the spirit to the mind. When human beings are not aware of this, they live at the mercy of external tides. People's emotions, crises in the world, judgments, chaos. And the truth is hard. Those who don't control their energy are controlled by it. No occultism. This is clear as water. The human being is a microcosm, a universe in miniature. But this greatness only manifests itself with self-control. Have you ever stopped to think about why you sometimes feel out of your mind? No focus, no direction. It is a sign of disconnected power. A simple example, days when everything irritates you, even the sound of a spoon in a glass. The issue is not outside, it is in the messed up energy field. The Hermetists called this fragmentation of being. And look, it happens to everyone. The difference lies in who knows how to reconnect. Now comes the real deal. This reconnection does not depend on temples or fancy rituals. It starts in silence, yes, silence. Turn off your cell phone for half an hour, feel the air entering your nostrils, watch your thoughts as if they were clouds passing by. It seems simple, but it is in this space that the body begins to listen to the soul. Hermeticism does not preach religion, but integration. And here lies the secret. When the body, mind, and spirit are out of alignment, vital energy is dispersed. And where there is dispersion, there is no creation, and much less manifestation. This is why so many people say that law of attraction, it doesn't work. Yes, it works, but not for those who experience confusion, fear, or urgency. The masters knew this. Before asking the universe, you need to be whole. Vital energy is the channel through which the request travels. And if the channel is clogged with anxiety, frustration, or limiting beliefs, guess what? The message does not arrive. Then the person says they are making an effort, visualizing, affirming, but deep down they are disconnected from the source. And this source, the energy that moves all things, can only be understood with consciousness. The good news? This is coachable. Is it work? Of course. But isn't that what separates the awakened from the asleep? When you begin to feel this energy not as a theory, but as a living presence within you, the doors of true knowledge open. And on this path, the next step is to understand the key that unlocks all of this, the mind. The mind is not just a pile of random thoughts, it is the helm of your vital energy. Everything you feel, manifest, or attract begins there, in thought. But not just any thought. What really shapes reality are thoughts imbued with intention. And here's a secret that few people tell. Intention is more than desire, it's a decision with emotion. It's I want accompanied by I feel like it's possible. Without this, not even the best ritual in the world, esotericism, works. You know when you enter a room and feel like something is heavy, even though you don't see anything wrong. This is energy guided by the mind of whoever is there. Thoughts are not just ideas, they are energetic commands. And here comes the power of mental discipline. Those who do not control their own thoughts become hostage to the vibrations of others. And the mind, poor thing, becomes a battlefield. Therefore, practices such as meditation, journaling, and even mindful walks are essential, not to relax, but to train the direction of energy. Have you ever heard the phrase, energy flows where attention goes? Well, it's not just beautiful, it's a spiritual law. And the detail is, what you repeat to yourself every day is shaping your life. I'm unlucky. Nothing works for me. No one understands me. These are statements that, when reinforced, sink your energy field. Now the game changes. I am presence. I attract solutions. Peace finds me. The difference is not in the words themselves, but in the felt intention behind them. Do you want a practical exercise to strengthen this? Choose one. Intention per day. Write something simple on paper like, today my mind will be clear and focused. Repeat firmly, looking into your own eyes in the mirror. Does it seem silly? The ancients did this for millennia with words of power known as mantras. And the more it is repeated with clear intention, the more the vital energy aligns with creation. This is where the law of attraction, it really starts to happen, when the mind becomes a bridge, not a noise. And when that bridge is firm, you begin to realize that you don't always need to chase things. Sometimes you just need to adjust the vibration and things come to you. And it's not magic, it is spiritual science. But to do this, you need more than positive thinking. You need to feel, breathe, and move this energy with your body. And guess which ancestral practice teaches exactly this? Let's dive into it next. In Eastern tradition, this vital energy has its own name, spend. And unlike what many people think, qi is not something exotic or from another world. It's what makes your heart beat, your stomach digest, and your skin crawl. It's the same force that makes plants grow toward the sun. No di Qigong. This energy is felt, cultivated, and directed with consciousness. And look, it's much simpler than it seems. It doesn't require juggling nor being a monk. It just requires presence. Qigong teaches that the body has energy channels called meridians, and qi flows through them like a river. But when these rivers become blocked, imbalance arises, illness, discouragement, mental confusion. Practices such as slow movements, conscious breathing, and internal focus help to unclog these channels. A basic exercise: stand up straight, arms at your sides, inhale through your nose while raising your arms in a circle above your head. Exhale through your mouth while slowly lowering your arms. Repeat for 10 cycles. You will feel qi begins to dance. The most interesting thing is that qi is sensitive to your attention. If you're doing the Qigong movements with your head on your cell phone, it won't work. But if you put on full presence, even the air around you seems more alive, and it's real. People who practice Qigong regularly report improved sleep, mental clarity, and even empathy with others, because when your energy field is clear, you stop absorbing other people's vibrational junk. And that's freedom. Qi also connects directly with emotions. When it flows, the heart opens. You feel gratitude more easily, smile lighter, see solutions before problems. When qi is stagnant, everything feels heavy. Even simple tasks feel like a marathon. And here comes an essential point. Practicing Qigong is not just spiritual exercise. It is self-care in its purest form. It's saying to your body, I'm here with you. Let's go together. And this partnership between body and energy opens the way to another level of perception, that of how emotions are, in fact, direct manifestations of vital energy. And if emotions and energy are connected, maybe it's time to look more carefully at what you're feeling, right? Emotions are like waves, sometimes gentle, sometimes devastating, but few people realize that each one carries an energetic charge capable of elevating or destroying our vital field. Love, gratitude, joy, these are not just pretty emotions, they are powerful fuels for your energy system. Already anger, fear, and guilt, they are like vibrational quicksand. The body feels everything. No Qigong, for example, it is believed that anger affects the liver, sadness weakens the lungs, and fear affects the kidneys. Coincidence? None of that. It is pure spiritual science in action. And let's be honest, everyone feels negative emotions. The difference lies in who welcomes and transforms them, and who lets themselves be drowned by them. When you feel anger, it rises, tightens your throat, heats your skin, It is vital energy in turmoil, but you can turn this into power. Instead of yelling at someone, write everything down on paper and burn it with the intention of liberation. It seems simple, but energetically it is a purification ritual. And that is practical esotericism, the type that changes frequency on the fly. Want a simple and powerful exercise? When you're feeling sad or drained, sit upright, take a deep breath and say internally, I accept this feeling. I'm safe to feel. And let go. By doing this, you break the cycle of emotional repression that blocks the flow of qi. And the most curious thing? Often the emotion disappears right there, as if it just wanted to be recognized. Ignored emotion becomes a blockage. A welcomed emotion becomes a bridge. And where there is a bridge, there is a flow. And where there is flow, there is creation, the law of attraction. It only acts on fertile ground. This is where emotional intelligence comes in as a spiritual tool, not just a psychological one. Whoever learns to listen to the body understands that the soul is always speaking. A shiver, a tightness in the chest, a lump in the throat. These are all vital energy communicating. And the big key is, The more you respect your emotions, the more you unlock the field to live in high frequency. The body, as Paracelsus said, is the temple of the soul, and whoever takes care of the temple receives the gifts of the invisible. Now, think with me. If emotions are directly linked to energy, and energy creates reality, then changing how you feel is the same as changing what you experience. And if that sounds profound, wait until you practice it and feel it on your skin. But don't worry, you don't need to understand everything at once. The next step brings simple but very effective exercises, so you can start right now to awaken this force that has always been there, just waiting for your command. The time has come to put theory into motion. And the good news? You don't need incense, mystical music, or hours of practice. It just needs presence. Let's start with an exercise called body scan. Sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your feet. Really feel them. Then slowly move your awareness up, ankles, knees, hips to the top of your head. Imagine that a soft light passes through each part. This awakens the energy flow immediately. It's like waking up sleeping cells. Then comes the conscious abdominal breathing, a powerful classic. Place your hands on your abdomen, inhale slowly and deeply through your nose. Feel your belly expand. Then exhale through your mouth, gently, as if you were blowing out a candle. Repeat for 5 or 7 cycles. This calms the mind and brings chai back to center. Node, Eastern esotericism. This region is called Dantian, the cauldron of vital energy. Practicing this every day completely changes your emotional stability and mental clarity. Now let's play Feel the Invisible. Place your palms together in front of your chest, about 5 centimeters apart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and move your hands slightly back and forth as if you were holding a bubble. Within seconds, you begin to feel a heat, a tingling, perhaps a slight resistance. This is life energy manifesting physically. Yes, you are holding the invisible. And yes, it's real. Practice for about 3 minutes. Over time, it will feel like you have an electric field in your hands. These 3 exercises are basic, but no one who practices them consistently remains the same. Because here's the secret. The body responds to repetition and energy expands where there is clear intention. And as we have already seen, the law of attraction. It doesn't just work with beautiful thoughts. It needs the body involved. These exercises are the beginning of building this awakened, energetic body. And the best, you can practice them anywhere, at home, in the park, even in line at the bank. Just maybe without the invisible bubble there, right? Now that you have the basics in hand, it's time to refine the game. Because there is no point in making the movements if your mind is scattered. The next key that unlocks everything is something that seems simple, but carries pure manifestation power, intention plus concentration. That's where the magic happens. It really does. Intention is like a seed. But a seed needs fertile soil, water and sun to flourish, and the soil in this case is the concentration. Intention without focus is like writing a request and throwing it to the wind. That's why the masters have always said, where you focus, you create. What you feed grows. Do you want to change your life? Change what you are feeding your attention. And to every day. That's it, law of attraction applied in a real way. And it works, even if you don't believe it. Because energy follows the direction of thought, with or without your permission. And here's a warning. We are in an age of distraction, notification, infinite feed, noise all the time. Result, fragmented mind. And a fragmented mind does not support any intention. That's why many people try and see no results. It's not for lack of wanting, it's due to lack of silence. Want to see a practical example? Choose a simple but real desire. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize. This wish already fulfilled. Feel as if it were now. Now hold this image for a full minute, just one. It will seem difficult at first. But this is where the training of the soul begins. Concentration is daily training, and a good exercise for this is fixed point meditation. Take a lit candle, stare at the flame for 2 minutes without blinking. When the mind wanders, bring it back. Do this for 7 days in a row. You will notice that your clarity increases, your speech becomes organized, and your actions become more intentional. Because concentration is not just for monks, it's for anyone who wants to be the protagonist of their own life. No, esotericism is the basis of real magic. Without concentration, nothing sustains. And the most beautiful? When the intention is pure and the concentration is sharp, the universe responds. Signs appear. Right people cross your path. Opportunities spring from nowhere, but it's not out of nowhere. It is the result of alignment. You have become a living antenna, and you don't need to tell anyone. Your energy will speak for you. You will attract what matches your vibration, and that, my friend, is power. Not that power that screams, but the one that transforms just by being present. And if you've made it this far, feeling like it all makes sense, then maybe you're ready to go even deeper. Because there is an ancestral practice that unites everything we have talked about. So far, breathing, focus, balance, and it has the name of someone who balances the invisible, pranayama. Have you ever stopped to observe how you breathe? It doesn't seem like it, but the way air enters and leaves your body reveals a lot about your internal state. And when breathing is used with intention, it becomes a direct portal to energetic balance. This is where the pranayama, Nadi Shodhana, an ancient technique of alternate nostril breathing. The name may seem complicated, but the effect it has is simpler than it seems. Mental clarity, emotional serenity, and immediate energetic unblocking. In the subtle world, everything is polarity. Sun and moon, active and receptive, masculine and feminine. And alternate breathing works precisely with this. By inhaling through one nostril and exhaling through the other, you are balancing both sides of your body and mind. The left side calms, the right activates. The result? You stop swinging like an emotional pendulum and start walking like a centered being. A being that does not let itself be carried by the winds, but that chooses where it goes. This, my friend, is the beginning of energetic mastery. Want to practice now? Sit with your spine straight. Use your right thumb to close your right nostril. Inhale deeply through the left. Then close the left with your ring finger and exhale through the right. Inhale on the right, close, exhale on the left. This is a cycle. Do 5 to 7 cycles. Like this, with your eyes closed. The mind calms down, the body relaxes, and a silent peace begins to take over. It's as if the world outside became small, and you, whole. No Eastern esotericism, this technique is said to purify the subtle. Channels, called nadis, through, and the best, all it takes is 5 minutes a day, that's right. 5 minutes before bed or when you wake up, and you will feel the difference in a few days. More focus, less anxiety, less reactivity. It's a small investment with a huge return. But make no mistake, the deeper you delve into these practices, the more you realize that true transformation comes from within. And that's exactly why the next step is so important. Understanding how this control of vital energy can completely transform your life. Controlling vital energy is not about controlling everything around it. It is about mastering the center itself. When you learn to feel your body, listen to your breath, and calm your mind, something changes profoundly. It's not a dramatic change, like a movie. It's subtle, but undeniable. You begin to notice patterns, see signs, understand where you are losing energy and how to recover it. This path has no return. Because once you tap into this inner strength, you will never again be content to live on automatic. The big turning point is realizing that you are not a fragmented being. Body, mind, and spirit are not separate departments. They are a sacred gear, moved by that invisible force that we call vital energy. And the more you know yourself, the more this energy flows freely. It's like opening the windows after years. In the dark, the light is scary at first, but then you understand that that was what was missing all along. This path is intimate, but it doesn't have to be lonely. There are tools, practices, and knowledge that accompany us, such as Qigong, the pranayama, the teachings of esotericism, the secrets of the mind and law of attraction. And the most beautiful? This all starts with something simple: attention. When you pay attention to what you feel, what you breathe, what you think, you are activating the creator within you. And then reality stops being something that happens to you and becomes something that happens from you. You can continue just existing, reacting, surviving, or you can choose to awaken, to feel, to create. This choice happens with each new day, with each new breath, with each new decision to look inside instead of blaming what is outside. And it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or have already come a long way, vital energy is always at your disposal, always ready to be awakened. But to do that, you need to put yourself in charge. And if you felt this flame lighting up inside, don't ignore it, because true power is not in knowing everything, but in taking the first step with awareness. And now that the knowledge is in your hands, what are you going to do with it?